I remember when the Denver Broncos drafted Bo Nix a few months ago in the first round, and the reception for the pick was overwhelmingly negative. NFL.com graded that pick as a C. CBS Sports gave them a C minus with a selection of Bo Nix, saying that you can't draft a player like Bo Nix that high in the first round. They could have easily drafted him later. And over the last 4 weeks, Bo Nix has played some of his best football yet. He has a touchdown interception ratio of 11-1. He's thrown for 1,029 passing yards during that span. And he quietly is surpassing Jayden Daniels as the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And the media owes Bo Nix and Sean Payton a huge apology, because a large reason why I believe the Bo Nix selection got so much backlash is because people just hated Sean Payton for how ugly things ended between him and Russell Wilson. Of course, we all remember when they decided to bench Russell Wilson for the last few games of 2023, so they didn't have to pay his injury clause if he got injured. And Russell Wilson, he's a fan favorite. Everybody loves him. He can never do no wrong. So everybody started villainizing Sean Payton. It was like Drew Brees made him, although he has a winning record without Drew Brees. And right now, Bo Nix and Sean Payton, they're giving the middle finger to the doubters because they're 6-5. They slaughtered the Atlanta Falcons last week, and they look like a team that's a sure lock to make it into the playoffs. Their defense has overachieved. Defensively coming into this year, they had a few good players, but you weren't expecting this to be a top 3 defense this year. Vance Joseph has done an incredible job with that side of the football. And I remember when, everybody wanted his head on a platter when the Miami Dolphins dropped 70 on him, but kudos to Sean Payton for sticking with them, making some adjustments. And right now, Sean Payton is tied for Mike Tomlin for Coach of the Year. And the reason why you got to mention Sean Payton in the Coach of the Year discussion is because the Broncos are overachieving right now. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of household names outside of Patrick Surtain and Courtland Sutton. There's not really too many players on this roster that the casual fan, if you were to go up to them on the street and you were to ask them, hey, name me 3 Denver Broncos players not named Patrick Surtain and Courtland Sutton, they probably wouldn't be able to do it. And when you have a team that's playing this well at this point in the season, they're getting hot around Thanksgiving, they normally end up, making it into the postseason. Now, I don't know how far the Broncos can go in the playoffs, but with how well Bo Nix has played, remind you, he played really well against the Kansas City Chiefs a few weeks ago. To me, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. And if that field goal doesn't get blocked, we're looking at the Denver Broncos way differently than what they are right now. But the Falcons are a really good team. And for them to just pick that team apart the way they did, Bo Nix looking like the second coming of Drew Brees, right now, Sean Payton and Bo Nix, they got to be the 2 front runners for Offensive Rookie of the Year and Head Coach of the Year. And the reason why I was very confident that Bo Nix was destined to thrive with the Broncos is because I felt like out of all of the rookie quarterbacks out of his draft class, he got the best head coach. Cliff Kingsbury is a good offensive coordinator. That's why him and Jayden Daniels have had a lot of success with Washington. But Sean Payton wanted Bo Nix. He also wanted Patrick Mahomes. So he has an eye for good quarterback play. And if he was doing all this to try to fool teams from picking Bo Nix, then he definitely knew what to do to get the most out of him. And the reason why I felt like Bo Nix was going to be a good fit in Sean Payton's scheme is because, look, everybody harped on Bo Nix for throwing a lot of checkdowns, a lot of screen passes at Oregon, but that's what Sean Payton wants his quarterback to do. He wants his quarterback to take what the defense gives him. He wants his quarterback to get the ball out fast. The big problem that Payton had last year with Russell Wilson is that he held on to the football too doggone long. Bo Nix, he gets that thing out fast, and Bo Nix, the difference between how he's playing now over these last 4 games versus how he played the first few weeks of the season is that he's getting more comfortable. He's getting more acclimated to the speed of the NFL. You can see the game starting to slow down for him because easy throws that he was missing earlier during this season, he's making with ease. He was missing the layups to start the year, and now he's making the layups now in the middle portion of the season. He's also become more consistent with his deep ball accuracy as well. And you can see Courtland Sutton's numbers gradually increase as this season has progressed. So the Denver Broncos, they aren't going to be a team that probably is going to vie for the division, but they definitely are going to be in the playoffs, because right now, if the playoffs were to start today, they would be right in it at the moment. And I just think that everybody in the NFL media owes the Broncos, Bo Nix, and Sean Payton a huge apology, because this was a franchise that hasn't had quarterback play as good as what they have gotten out of Bo Nix since Peyton Manning the year before he fell off and rode into the sunset with a Super Bowl. So the quarterback position has been a giant problem for the Broncos, and you pay all that money to Sean Payton, and a year later, he's been able to fix what has held back your franchise, and that's why the Denver Broncos are owed the apology. Nobody expected that much out of this team. Hell, I didn't even expect that much out of this team. I had them winning 7 games max, but you know, this team has been the biggest surprise in the NFL with how well Bo Nix has played. And to me, Bo Nix looks like a French top 10 quarterback at the moment. He's a really good athlete, makes good decisions with the football, and with his accuracy improving, man, look out for the Broncos. This is a team that nobody should want to play right now with them hitting their stride.